Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having me here today. When I was excited when I found out about the topic of today's speech, and I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the growth that I've gone through personally, which has brought me to San Francisco. And I began my research to this speech like I began most speech preparation, to the internet. And so I went and I searched around for growth, which, and when I searched for growth, synonyms came up such as succession, expansion, and aggrandizement. That's a hard one. Swell or swole, like I like to say, or unfolding, right? These are like all synonyms for growth. But something strange happened when I searched for personal growths because like it makes a difference. It changes substantially when you add a little article or you pluralize something. For instance, a personal growth. If you search for that, you don't get personal growth. No, you get all kinds of different things, or personal growth or a personal growth. So down the Wikipedia rabbit hole I went and I learned all about some cysts, lumps, bumps. Oh my. I thought I would share some of that with you guys today because funny enough, it has some interesting parallels to personal growth. So here are some of the fun names for the cysts, lumps, and bumps that I've come across. Cherry angioma, dermatofibromas, Krakatoa dermatitis, lymphomas, and I only made one of those up. And there's at least one of you here today who are glad right now that this is not a PowerPoint presentation, because these pictures are just not, they're not fun. They're not fun to look at. And when I was researching it, every single one of these diseases or growths that we have causes. And a lot of them are just from not growing, not moving, not taking care of ourselves. Dermatitis is a skin disorder caused by not cleaning sufficiently. And it happens when we grow stagnant, when we grow stale. This happens over weeks and months. And for me, and parallel back at my old job back in Tennessee, like I stopped growing. I stopped developing. I stopped, taking care of myself because I just stopped caring. I wanted to change, but I didn't really know what kind of change that I wanted. And some of the symptoms of cysts and, the lack of personal growth are just, small changes in finances, relationships, depression, anxiety, failure to thrive, being passed over by promotion, and all of this, it weighs on you over time. A fun symptom of failing to grow and cysts is that it's painless, right? It's not painful to not grow. That's not a good thing here because growth is change. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. Sometimes it's supposed to be painful, right? It's uncomfortable and it's supposed to be just like a skin cyst. It's uncomfortable and it's supposed to be. And other symptoms of that are like multiple red pimples and pustules on hair-bearing areas of the body that are smooth to the touch when they are rolled into the skin. Some more fun facts about cysts. A fun treatment is oral antibiotics, which I tune to hear is talking about it, Toastmasters, speaking about it, telling your friends about what it is that you want out of life. How do you want to grow? How do you want to change? And like just declaring our goals and intentions out loud. Because if we want to change the world, we can't do it silently. And of course, with any good wart cream, constant application is essential, right? For personal growth means consistently applying these small everyday steps. It's every single day applying a healthy dose of positive influence in your life, making those small choices that put you closer to your goal every day, applying that cream every day. and and also you want to minimize friction from clothing and not shaving in that area if at all possible. a hearty dose of St. John's wort cream, gingerly applied. Also works in some cases. External use only, trust me on that. And finally, the speed that we want to grow and change in our lives is important. Do we want benign change in our life or malignant change? We never thought of personal malignant growth as a good thing before, have you? Right? Like when things are benign, they don't grow. They grow slowly if they do. They don't like to spread. They don't like to invade anything around them with their ideas. And they have clear boundaries, right? Like this is it. It doesn't change. But when you're malignant, you grow fast, you spread, you talk to other people about your ideas. You're abnormal, right? And you secrete substances that cause fatigue and weight loss. Another fun story. And it involves aggressive life treatment, right? We aggressively go for that personal change that we want. For me, gingerly changing wasn't fast enough. I wanted and demanded more from life. And now I'd like to ask, like for you to ask yourselves, what kind of malignant personal growths would you like to have?
Thanks, Kevin. I have to say, that